And Dr. Doug's here. We are on our second Saturday conversation coming up. As I told you, we have Catherine Shields and her daughter Veronica here with us today. Catherine and Veronica, how are you guys doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for coming on today on a Saturday. But wanted to make sure that we got you guys on during Black History Month because of all of the things that you guys have done for the community, your family's done for the community. And so let me start by saying thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's been an honor.
Oh, it's been our honor being associated with you. As I told people when I started, introduced when the shows first started at 1 o'clock, I was telling them, nowadays, we've got Proposition B, we've got all these other things. We got, Alamo Worksource Development or Worksource Development, Workforce Alamo, whatever they're called. But I was telling people earlier today that you and your family, your husband and you, were really the first true economic development pioneers on the East Side.
Yes, that's correct. Back in 1981, we were the first on the corner there at Walters and I-35. It's a lot has happened since then. It's major changes in all the years.
Absolutely, but one thing hasn't changed. That is still probably one of the best, if not the best, McDonald's in the city of Bear County. And the thing of it is that I didn't move here till 1999 from Chicago, but when I would go to that store a ton, and people were always polite, people were always courteous, they always knew what they were doing, and so I mean that's a testimony to you and your family and your husband. A lot of those kids have gone on, gotten college degrees, so it really truly was, the forefront of economic development on the East Side.
Yes, we've been a part of that, and it has been a blessing.
So now you've been a part of the McDonald's family for 40 years. During that time, you've given so much to the community, helping children, going back to school, providing sponsorships, scholarships. Can you explain the importance of giving back?
But it really has been a blessing and an honor to give back. This opportunity, actually, it has afforded me to serve and to make a godly impact in the lives of others. Because so much has been given to me, I find it to be a privilege to be able to give back and to help others as well. So I'm very fortunate to have that opportunity to do that.
So if I could ask you, do you have any one or any particular instance that that you really remember that's memorable to you as far as giving back an individual success story or anything of that kind nature?
Oh wow, there are several, but there's one particular opportunity I remember. Councilwoman Ruth Jones McClendon.
Bless her heart.
She's a legacy all by herself, and of course, and then later on she moved on to be state representative Ruth Jones McClendon. But when she was councilwoman, uh, this was actually started before my late husband died, and we did a giveaway for school supplies, and we would pack up the backpacks with school supplies, and on the property next door to the McDonald's there at Walters, the kids would come, and the fire department would be there, and we would give out sausage biscuits, sandwiches, and hash browns, and the school supplies were so needed, and everyone was so grateful, and it was just a great opportunity for the young people to have an experience with the firemen and to be able to tour the fire truck. It was really great, and I'll always remember that.
Well, that is
I
so
think it
awesome.
made a difference.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, Veronica, it says here that you are the largest owner operator or the youngest approved owner operator in San Antonio. How does that feel?
Yes, sir. It feels really great. It's an honor, obviously, to be a part of the McDonald's brand and to continue on the legacy of my family.
Now, how many stores you guys have here in San Antonio?
We have four.
Wow. And where are they located?
We have the first location, which is the Walters and I-35, and then we have the second location, which is I-10 in New Braunfels, and then the third location is SM 78 Foster Road, just diagonally across from the HEB.
Yep.
And then our baby store, which came along in December of 2015, is I-10 and 1604 in Converse.
Wow. So now That's a lot of stores, and there's quite a geography between them. How I mean that's a lot of responsibility. How what prepared you for that?
Prepared us for the ownership,
Yeah, well,
or
what prepared you to take on the legacy in particular?
oh, okay. Yeah, so it was always something I knew kind of deep down in my heart that I would always, return to McDonald's and carry on the legacy of my family. I actually went to Incarnate Word High School, graduated in 2001, went on to St. Philip's and did my associate's degree there. So I am a proponent for community college. I think it can truly prepare you for success. I did go on to Texas Christian University in Fort Worth and pursued my bachelor's as well as my master's degree there. I then was recruited by the railroad, and so I actually worked for Burlington Northern Santa Fe for almost 10 years.
What did you do for
Um,
them?
so actually, when I first started out, I was in the field. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that movie with Denzel Washington, the train movie Unstoppable.
Yes, of
Familiar with
course.
that? Yeah, I always like to compare that story. So I was literally a train master. The character Penny in the film is
Really?
exactly what I did for 4 years. Yes, sir.
That is crazy.
So I did that for about 4 years. Literally, I was in the field, supervised over 350 men for about 4.5 years, and then I transitioned into marketing on the corporate side and transitioned back to Fort Worth, Texas, which is where the company is headquartered. And then in 2015, I knew kind of that my time was up. The Lord started really pricking at my heart. Okay, it's time for time for you to return to your original assignment that we talked about years ago. And it was something that I had told my mom, even before I left for college, that I was going to go out, get some experience, in corporate America, and then eventually come back. And that's what I did in 2015.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for coming back. We need people like you. So, Catherine, Mrs. Shields, you have accomplished so much over your life. I mean, and your daughter is one example of this. I'm sure. What kind of example you feel this has provided other women leaders in the mark that you've made in the business world?
Well, I certainly feel that it definitely has, others have been encouraged. I believe also, the things that I've been able to do it's also been an inspiration to others. And so as an example, it's like, well, if she can do it, I know I can do it too. So I really think I've inspired others to really make a difference and think, well, hey, if you want to do it, go for it. Don't hesitate. Just move on out and do what you feel you want to do.
Now, what would you say? And then thank you for sharing that. Because, and I tell people, 2021 is going to be the year of the black women. There are just so many wonderful things that black women have contributed to our city, country, and the world. And you guys, both of you are a part of that legacy. But so, what has been your biggest challenge?
My biggest challenge is for since I've been in business.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I think maybe trying to make sure that there's a balance.
Uh huh.
Mother of five, I'm a mother of three sons and two daughters, and now I have seven grandsons and two granddaughters.
Oh my gosh.
So trying to find that balance. I'm also an ordained minister.
Where?
I'm very involved in my church.
Okay.
My church is Hope Center Church at 4545 Loop 1604 with Pastor Nathan Scoggins. And I am very busy in my church as well as, with my family, as well as with the business and the community. So it's finding that balance. It's a challenge.
Wow.
It's very important to stay focused and make sure that my steps are ordered by the Lord, and I'm really seeking His guidance and direction in my life.
Well, thank God, praise God. I don't know if you remember me, but we had met because our kids went to San Antonio Academy, and uh,
Exactly.
and you guys were like a mentor family for us because we had recently just moved to San Antonio and had no idea what to do or where to go. So I appreciate your leadership and your friendship back in those days.
Thank you.
Yep, it's this time I will always treasure and remember. So, I think we were supposed to be 15 minutes. I've gone over just a couple minutes, but it's been outstanding talking to you guys. So let me ask each of you one more question, if you don't mind.
Okay.
And it's going to be the same question. So, Catherine, Mrs. Shields, what's next for you?
what's next for me? I would like to say a lot of travel. I really
when we can travel, right?
when we can travel, I definitely want to do some traveling, and I'm just, I'm really glad that Veronica is, is here and ready to move forward and making, you know, the dream continue to move forward because it's a great honor, and I have a lot of pride and thankfulness to pass on her father's dream and vision to her because she's a visionary just like he was, and so I am honored to do that.
Well, Catherine, I'll tell you what, you are a true jewel of San Antonio. You have done so much in your time, more than any one person could be expected. So, thank you. Nowhere near can expresses the gratitude that people have whose lives you touch. But thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome, and thank you all.
Now, Veronica, the pressure's on you. What's next for you? Where is the empire going next?
Oh, wow. Um, well, I have big hopes and big dreams, so I just hope that I can fill the shoes of both my mother and my father. That's very, important to me, and I hope to just be able to, grow that vision and that dream even further, sir.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank both of you so much. Veronica, Captain and Veronica Shields, the owner operators of the four McDonald's franchises here in San Antonio. Um, um, I mean, Black History Month it's a shame we have to wait one time a year to recognize women like yourselves. But if you guys have any kind of special events or anything going on, please let me know. We'll make sure that we'll cover it live here. We'll get the radio station involved, and we'll make sure that we get the word out for whatever your endeavor might be.
Oh
Thank
wow,
you.
yes.
Appreciate that.
Thank you so much, and thank you for once again for joining us on a Saturday. I know you guys have much more to do than to talk to me, but I thank you for taking time.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
God
Bye
bless you
bye.
guys. You guys be safe and keep up the good work. And thanks once again.
We sure will. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Catherine and Veronica Shields are co-owners of four McDonald's franchises. The one iconic one is there on Walters and I-35. There, it's been there for 40 years, and so it just they can't say enough about all that they have done for the city. That store, I know several, many people, not several, many, who have worked there. That was their first job. They've gone on and gone to college. Now Veronica's picking up the mantle and she's taking over, graduate of St. Philip's College and a big proponent of community college, and another great role model in her own right. This has been Dr. Doug's show, the Saturday Conversations, completes our Saturday Conversations for today. We'll be back next week I should have brought my guest list with me, but I don't, so you'll just have to tune in and find out who's coming on next week. Dr. Doug here with the KRV FM, the heart and soul of San Antonio.